What's up there, fellow YouTubers? This is Chris from the Msss Anomalies channel. I've got, some wild stuff coming up for you. This one here, the first one of many. We're going to be following the China's Yutu Rover, or the White Rabbit, I think they call it, whatever, the small rover. And what I'm going to call it is China's Yutu Rover discovers amazing anomalies, and it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., and so forth. Instead of trying to find different titles for it. But this, you guys will love this. This is wild. I don't think there's a mistake they landed here. There's a reason why they landed this particular lander right here, and then out came the little rover. They knew exactly where they were landing when they did it. In fact, I forgot exactly the name of the part of the moon that they landed on, but I looked at the aerial view of this, and you can see structures in what look like, I'm going to say spacecraft, but I don't know for sure. It might have been just structures, and that's it. But there is some wild things, and there's one wild thing in here that really stood out to me that just kind of blew my mind. It also looks like, well, I'll show you. It looks like either earlier attempts at small rovers, or because it looks like this, if you look at the size of the RC remote control cars they have today, and I don't mean the little bitty ones. I'm talking about the ones that are like scaled down models of certain cars. I mean, I've seen them anywhere 2-3 feet long, and it might have been as simple as that, trying to send them just like a small, maybe a weak attempt to try to get some kind of little rover or something to look around on there, and of course a lot high-tech version of it. Obviously, they might have failed or whatever the case is. But I'm going to show you something that's pretty wild. This is the picture, and this is where you can get it. I'll give you the official link, and this is from CCTV 13. In fact, I've got my foreign satellite. I can get the China TV channels as well as Korean, just a whole range of Russia Today, Al Jazeera, all kinds of stuff around the world. So it is pretty neat. But this is it right here, and this is what I concentrated on. I noticed this right off the bat. This right here on the right, there's something right here, and there's a mess of things right here. I still can't figure out what it is, but here's what I noticed. Look at this small line, and I'm not doing a thing to this picture, guys, but I'm just going to just zoom in. I just clicked it once, and I'm going to hit my control or my plus. You guys can do the same on your QWERTY keyboard. You can do the same. Just hold down your CTRL, which is 3 buttons away from your space bar at the bottom of your keyboard, and then while you're holding that button down, hit the plus or minus right there after your 0 on your 1 through 0 on your QWERTY. But you can see right here, it's got this nice round radius outline of something, and then it goes over to here, and then whatever this is in here, there's some wild stuff in here. This right here looks like another. This is what I was talking about, some kind of weird little rover thing. Here's another what looks like this remote control car thing, and there's another one over here. And of course this doesn't look like much right now, and I get that, but that's okay. There's another one here, and it's kind of ghosted out, and you can't see it. But this one here is pretty wild, because it actually has shape. Like it almost looks like it was like some kind of earlier rover. And I don't mean, who knows, maybe it was from us, maybe not. Because it looks like it has windows to it. Some kind of little mobile or something like that you can drive around in, and it actually sat in, as opposed to our lunar rover that we had, which was like wide open, but it kind of looks sort of like that, but there's some freaky stuff in there. And here's the wild part, guys. This, believe it or not, there's a reason why this thing took a right turn. This whole area is loaded with things, and I'm talking loaded. I forget exactly where the this lunar lander landed. I forget it off the top of my head, and I kind of wish I could remember it. But there's some crazy things here right off the bat, like right here. Now, obviously, this is a solar panel, and this is a solar panel, and their little antennae and all this other crap coming off this little rover. But there's something here that looks funky. There's multiple things in here, like this right here. This is what I found a little strange. This is just right off the top, but I mean, you can see something that's like got a point to it with this round, perfectly round circle in it. There's something else right here with a round circle in it. Now, these could be just nothing but rocks, but come on. I mean, it's perfectly round. It looks like just, something right here. It's got this weird oval shape to it, and then it has this, just this long item. I don't know what that anomaly is. There's some stuff right here. Okay. What else we got here? I mean, this thing is just loaded with stuff, and you'll see this in a minute, because I believe this picture is already inverted, or at least, you'll just see. I mean, this thing is just amazing. These two things, I find the most wildest. Right here in the middle, and right on this side. You're going to see this thing and go, what the heck is that? And also all of the stuff that's in here. I mean, you'll see why this thing took a right turn and didn't just go da 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 da, just keep going. You're going to see that in a minute. Okay, so this is a picture, and like I said, I will leave the link, the actual link from the site, and you guys can check this out. Let me jump into mine. Now, keep in mind, guys, there's going to be more of these pictures, so, you know, they're just sending them down now. And this is what I mean by, you know, a lot of people go, well, you know, I'm kind of a little disappointed and frustrated that, you know, they're just lying to us so much. In some ways, it's really bad, and I'm frustrated too, but for me, it's like a kid in a candy store. I mean, I'm finding all kinds of stuff, so I'm enjoying it, and I'm passing it on to you guys. So you guys really get to see what they're really hiding. So either way, you're seeing it, and, you know, maybe someday they'll actually come forth with it, which I don't see that in the near future, but who knows, unless somebody blows the whistle. But anyway, let's start off. Let's equalize. And you'll start to see, like, here's that round radius thing right here, and it's got a corner to it. See, it goes like this, comes around, stops right here, and it goes around. This turns into something pretty wild. There's something way back here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but let me just jump in at 200%. This is at 100, but this is 200. And of course, you know, I'm going to pixelate here, but let me just clean that up a little bit. And let me see, back up just a hair bit. All right, way back in here, you can see it. It has like this side here, and then goes across. Now, let's see if we can do that. Maybe because I'm just zoomed in too much, which I am in a way, but you'll see it right here, and it has a corner to it. And it looks like it's got another layer to it, like it's like there's two halves of whatever it is. Brightness and contrast. Now, this is where it starts to get a little strange here. There's that radius thing I was telling you about. Okay, I'm going to blur it up and try to get rid of some of the compression lines, and there you go. This is what I told you it looks like, that little remote control car, but you don't see it yet. I believe this picture is actually, like I said, it's already been inverted, and that's the reason why it's hidden so well. But look at the shapes that are back here, and this is without inverting it. This is just desaturating, getting, you know, well, you know, after equalizing, you do get tend to get a little bit of color, because you can see here's your basic color, so it does have some color to it. But after equalizing, you can see these other little funky colors that come in. But here's the wild thing: everywhere you see like it looks like a purplish, that's where it's really doctoring up. At least in my experience, because I've, you know, a lot of them on Mars. But just look here, color, different colors. This is incredibly blurred out right here. All here, all in here. This whole area is completely, like, just blotched out, so to speak. Okay, so we'll do a little blur, and you'll see this right here. This is just strange. You're going to see something right here. You can actually see the outline right here, goes across, and it looks like it's a tunnel, some kind of weird tunnel going into the side of this mountain, or this hill, call it what you will. And it's, I'm telling you, it's just strange. Okay, I'm going to jump back out here. Okay. Put this to the side. Now I'm going to invert the picture. And now this is what I want you to concentrate on first. This is what I want you to see. Okay. This little item right here. See how it's like, it's got this gradual, nice smooth radius going down. Stops right here, has right here, has this little separation. And then another thing. But you can see where it actually, it's smooth right here. It's actually from here to about here. It's pretty wide, goes down, and it looks like this little round, I want to call it a wheel. It's almost like some little craft you can sit in. But right over to the side, you can see something that's like ghosted out. Most of his pictures like that. You're going to see now, watch when I invert this. Now suddenly, you can see it from here to about here. It's shiny. It's actually a shiny piece. Look how nice and smooth that is. There's something standing up right here. Just ghosted out, but you can see it. And you can see where that actual piece is. Look down here. There's something round. Okay. Brightness and contrast. Well, let's keep it like this for a second, just so we can go over this. If you notice, there's something right here. You can see the outline of it goes all the way around to the back, and it's actually propped. It looks like it's got some kind of gear to it, like some kind of landing gear or something. It's just right here. It's got some more features to it at the top of it, and some kind of weird cylindrical thing on the side of it. See it? And it's got some other features. Here, you'll see something right there. Look at the difference between this. Don't see much of anything. Okay, nothing there to see. Shopping. Okay, invert this something here, and you can see where it has these weird things dropping down. There's some little weird things sitting over here. I don't know what those are, so I'm not going to really go into that much. Let me see. Go back to this side. This is where this gets bizarre. Again, this is this piece right here in the middle. Got this here. Now, when you go over to here, now this looks like some kind of little remote control car. It almost looks like it was like their first attempt or whatever to like, hey, if we can send a real small rocket, like a miniature lander, drop this thing off, we can take pictures of it. But then I'm looking around, I'm going, why does this look like a tunnel? Look at this. Opening, goes over to here, and it looks like right here, like an opening in there, and it has a ramp. You can see what it looks like it kind of goes in, and this thing looks like it's ready to go into it. And there's something, it's like here, at least what I saw at the beginning was this, and then it looks like either something was going into it or coming out. There's also a bunch of other stuff here. You can just see like lines and just stuff that's really, really manipulated, and it's really hard to pull out of this. This is where I saw this other thing. This is where it looks like another rover or some kind of weird thing right here. Looks like it's got a wheel, and it has, you know, the fender to it right over it, and it has, I don't know what the stuff is, but look how it comes around, goes over to here. It looks like it could be some kind of little weird three-wheel something or other, or it's just some kind of characteristics of whatever it is. But either way, that's not natural. That's not, you know, just something on the lunar surface, like, you know, just naturally there. Right here, there's like these weird things sitting on the ground here. I mean, you can see some kind of pattern or something and some stuff down here. You can't tell what it is, but it's there. Look at all the things just scattered all over the ground. Look at this round openings. Looks like some kind of weird pipe thing right here. This is all blotched out. You can see right here, and how convenient. They just happen to have CNTV right here, right? Let me see. Again, there's that round piece. Okay. Do a little brightness, see if we can brighten that up a little bit. Again, here's that outline of this round. Oh, I don't know if it's round or what shape it is, but you can see it come around. Something right here. Something now right here pops out. It's got this weird tube. See it right there? And it's got some kind of whatever this is sitting right here. Now, I believe there's multiple things sitting there. It's just hard to tell what these are. And here's that weird, from here to here, this weird thing sitting right here, comes down, and is a round circle. But there's also something now that's part of it too. I don't know what these things are, but they're clear. It's clear that they're trying to hide these, and it's clear that these are not just simple rocks. Look at all in here. Like there's some kind of white thing sitting right here. Again, I can't make out what it is, but there's some kind of weird cylindrical things. There's just stuff scattered all over this ground. Look at this. All of this. Look at these weird shapes and things just sitting right here. Look at, you just have to look at this stuff carefully, and you'll see a ton of stuff in this picture. I mean, it's absolutely loaded with things. Here's that little weird, like I said, it looks like it's got a wheel and some kind of like little, maybe it was a poor attempt at a rover at one point. I don't know. Or it's something that's totally extraterrestrial, meaning none of us, anyway. And then look way back and way in here. There's some different shapes, squares, things that are all hidden up on the top here. Look at this. Right there. This weird tunnel-looking thing. I don't even know how to explain that, but it's just tons of stuff in there. You go from that to the base thing, there's nothing here. There's nothing there to see, you know, and basically you should move on. But when you see this here, and you just all of a sudden everything starts to pop out, especially if you guys have these, I'll put it at 50%. Well, let's not do that. That's too small. If you guys want to use your magnifiers, by all means do it. You guys know what I'm talking about. There's a bunch of stuff in this picture. You check it out. I'm going to sharpen it. Jump back in here a little bit. Well, let's go back to the 100 because that's a little too much. Well, let me just see something. I want to see if that piece is still here. You're going to see this other little vehicle right here. When I say vehicle, I don't mean something we drive around in. I mean, it could be, like I said, some weird, feeble attempt to make some kind of little rovers or something like that before they started making these giant ones. Maybe they figured, hey, we can just travel around on the lunar surface and we'd be fine. I don't know. Or it's just some kind of just trick of the light, and it makes it look like something's really there, and it's not really there at all. Okay. Now, I darkened this up quite a bit so I can actually see more detail. And you can see things that are in the background here. There's squares. There's different things. Just look at this. Weird right here. Comes around, comes down. And, of course, because of all these manipulations, you're not going to see too much at all. But you can see this is greatly fudged out. I mean, this thing is just unreal. But here's that tunnel. And whatever's in there is actually blocking the other side where you can't see the whole part of the tunnel over here. But it goes over to here. Okay. Blur it out a little bit. And then resharpen. And you can see what looks like this tunnel area, like it goes into it. Like this is like a little ramp that goes into here. And it looks like a little remote control car. You see wheels, the body of it, another wheel. So on and so forth. There's something here. And whatever this is, it's a machine. You can just see it's just the way it's built. There's something right here. See that way that goes like this? It's rectangular like I showed you earlier. There's some kind of round circles. There's just things scattered all over this hillside, and all right here, all in here. You can just see things with squares, corners, and just here's that wild thing over here that goes all the way around, right there, and it's got, looks like it's got things coming down. I don't know if this is like some kind of launch pad or some kind of pad or something just landed, and something lands right there, or it's some kind of other anomaly or object that either A, flies, or whatever. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but it looks like it's got some kind of gear right here, like landing gear. See it like there? I don't know. There's something right there now. This pops out. Got some kind of round thing here. And you can see this right here. This little object right here. And there's something on top of it. And it's got this weird other thing right here. It has this shape to it. I don't even know what this stuff is. I have no idea, but this stuff pops right out. And like I said, this right here looks like it's a part of this. And you can see this is intelligently made. You can see that's not a rock. I mean, you know, you can just clearly see the way this is nice and smooth and everything's designed the way it is. There's clearly things in this picture, and this is the reason why this thing doesn't just go straight into it, because it would have ran over just about everything in this area. There's no mistake, guys, why they landed here. They did this for a reason, knew exactly where they were going, and they're just up there to see what's going on. Who knows? Maybe NASA said, hey, we don't have the money, we don't want to fool with it. If you guys want to go up there, we'll help you out, and we'll get you up on the moon, and we can all analyze these pictures together. That sounds more logical to me, as opposed to, you know, this is the reason why they're working so close with NASA, and this is why we see these butchered pictures we see. So, again, you can see these bunch of little things, whatever they on the ground. Now, most of them, you know, a lot of them could be rocks, don't get me wrong. But when you go to, like I said, where is that? This right here, this round thing right here, it comes down right here, and it has this other base. See how it's got openings and a space right here, and it's some kind of, I don't even know what the heck they are. I couldn't even tell you. There's some kind of smooth triangle thing sitting right here. And if you look good enough, you can see a bunch of little shapes and everything right here. That other big thing right here, like I said, looks like it's got a wheel to it. Comes around, goes like this, and it probably comes around like this. And I don't know. Like I said, it could have been another attempt at one point to another rover or some kind of thing to just check around, or something left by some other intelligent beings or whatever. But there's clearly some tons of stuff in this picture. I mean, it's just hidden all over the place. Let me do this. I'm going to dock it up again. I'll do a little reshopping and then docking it up. And this stuff is all over this picture. Here. Here. All in here. This thing. This is attached to it. Now, when I do the normal picture, watch this. Where did it all go? It's not there. And now when I go back down and do the finished piece here, now there's suddenly something connected to that. There's all of these little things in here. You look good enough, you'll see stuff laying right here. See, there's something laying right there. See it? There's something right there. Let me just back out a bit here. See it? Some kind of weird thing right here, and I don't know what that is. It may just be a trick of the light. I'm not sure. But look at this. It comes down, goes around. This right here. I don't know. I just don't. This is just, here's that thing again here. It's like squared off, and it's got a base to it here. It's like a larger than this pot. What this stuff is, I couldn't tell you. There's something else buried right next to this, or it's part of one of the two. And like I said, whatever was right here, they really blotch this out. But you can still see this tunnel thing, and I'm not sure what that is, but it's there. And even in the base picture, you can still see it there. It's right here. So you know this stuff is in the picture. Here's the base to it. Goes around here. Comes down. Here's that black wheels now. And has that little whatever that is. And this stuff is here. You just look at this. You just have to pay attention to detail. There's a lot of things you can see right here. All of this is blotched out. There's one thing here. 2, 3. It looks like something very large right here. You can see like an outline of it right here. And like I said, look at it, just kind of like lights up the whole area, and you can see it now. Whatever that is now, just blur it up, reshopping. This things that just start popping out. And this, like I said, what looks like nothing, suddenly everything just starts to come to life. And even at this one, well, let's do it this way. Even this particular picture here, suddenly there's a whole lot of, oh my God, stuff in here. It's like just, I mean, look at this. You don't know if these are structures. You know, there's something, look at it, that comes to a point right here. There's just a bunch of stuff in this picture that just clearly doesn't make sense. Well, it does in a sense, because they landed here for a reason. And look at this thing just happens to land right in the middle of it. Come on. You know, they went up there for a reason. I think that's the reason why NASA just doesn't want to be bothered with what's on the moon right now. I know they said something about sending another rover up there or something at some point, and that may be true. But if they're already up there, they're probably thinking, hey, we'll help you get up there. You snoop around, but we're going to have to take care of your pictures for you because you just can't leave this stuff here. You can't let the public see these. So, like I said, all of a sudden, this stuff starts popping out everywhere in here. This tunnel thing or whatever that is, it's got cylindrical stuff in it. 1, 2. If you look at this tunnel, it actually has, if I'm not mistaken, it actually has sections to it. And I wouldn't be surprised. See, I'm just looking at these pictures. I can just see these little things all in here, just, you know. But it looks like there's one here and one over here, I think. But it's hard to tell because that's just, like I said, they went out of their way to really block this. But you can see it there, that just a tunnel, straight lines. Like I said, this goes up, goes into here, and then you see like right here, and it's right here. It's like a tunnel system going into that, or some kind of weird something. I don't know what that is, guys, but you guys can tell me what you think it is. Like I said, even without even, this is the regular picture, and you can see it right there. So it's in the picture. It's just because they manipulated it so much that you couldn't see it. There's that other piece. There's the other one right there that's connected to it. This weird round shape right here. Right there, the landing gear or some kind of prop gear to keep it up. And there's a bunch of, look, you can just see the blur. I mean, it's all over this picture. There's that square stuff, or square thing, item, anomaly, something at wider base, and it's just a bunch of crap here. I mean, but when you look at it this way, there you go. Low budget, block it all, let's not show anybody, but it's clearly some stuff in this picture. I mean, it's insane. Let me get rid of this. I'll give you guys a pan view of it here. We'll go back out to 100%. And you guys can use it. You can, like I said, use your magnifying tool. But guys, keep in mind, there's other pictures I'm looking at right now, and we're going to stay on top of this as well as you know, the Mars pictures, the latest with those. I've been doing those too. It was funny. I mean, I just had a guy on my last one. And he says, "What the heck did he say? Something about you're insane or something like that." I forget what it was. But it was like, I mean, guys, if you're not going to just leave a, you know, constructive, you know, comment, don't leave one at all. I mean, come on. You're not even going to bother to do your own homework, then don't tell people they're insane or whatever you said. I forget what it was, something along them lines. Don't even bother. I mean, come on. You know, I've been doing this too long to think that this, you know, that our government wouldn't be lying. I've been doing it too long, and I've seen things all in these pictures that clearly don't make any sense. And like I said, you guys can look this stuff over here, here, all in here. And I'm going to make it darker and then reshopping. Alright, so now these don't show up too much, but now you can see the background. And I'm going to leave, in fact, I'll do the 66. Now you guys can look at it that way. Pause it anywhere. I'm going to blur it and then reshop it. Now that may not help you as far as your magnifier, so we'll go back. But anyway, guys, there's clearly some stuff here. I'm going to leave it up to you to tell me what you think it is. In fact, why don't we do this? Why don't we just throw a little color in there, see what happens, just for the heck of it. Let's colorize it. See if we can get anything to pop here as far as like different colors and different things. I like doing that because sometimes it just shows shadows and it actually brings out objects better. I mean, you can just see these things laying all over the place. Look at this. I'm going to jump in 200%. Well, we'll leave it at that. That's fine. I was just going to change the color, but we don't need to do that, do we? But you can see these things now. I mean, it's just, you know, just these weird shapes and stuff just hiding all over the place. Right here. Let's do this. Okay. Go back to the colorize. Now look at this right here. Now this pops a little bit more. You can actually see like the separation. And it's this weird, I don't know what this is. It looks like either this is some kind of rectangular thing sticking out of the dirt, or it's part of this. I don't know if this is actually something right here, because you can see there's some kind of weird line coming down and some kind of opening here. I don't know. This is some crazy stuff up in here, guys. This is just incredibly wild. And what they're doing here is just like, oh my God. And it's just everywhere you look, there's something in this picture. Everywhere. Right here. All in here. So, guys, give it a look, man. Tell me what you think. I'm going to back out of this and let you guys look this over. I'll go to 66%. Pause it any way you like. Check it out for yourselves. You can clearly see there's a whole lot more detail in this picture and stuff that's in here that just stands right out. Have a look at it. Tell me what you guys think. I'll give you the direct link right to this page. You guys can check this out yourself. This is 50%, if that'll help you. I'm going to go to 100%, and you guys can check that out too. So with that, go from that to this, nothing there to see. Okay, guys. Like I said, I want to leave it up to you guys. You guys can tell me what you think it is. Like I said, I want to just start using this same title on this all the time. So just look out for the different parts. In fact, I might just put part 1, part 2, so on and so forth, all the way down to, you know, whenever. We'll just keep adding to them, all the pictures, because there's some wild things in there. Like I said, I'm going to try to stay on top of the Mars Anomaly stuff, like the Mars itself from NASA and JPL and all them other sites, as well as the Chinese here. We'll stay on top of it. They're doing a good job. I'm glad they're up there, and it's just helping us see some other stuff that we probably wouldn't have seen in the past. So I'm really excited about this. There's a lot of cool stuff coming up lately in the future. Sounds kind of weird, lately in the future. But anyway, coming up in the future, it's going to be pretty wild. So it's going to be a pretty cool ride, guys. Just stay with me on these, and we'll see some wild stuff. With that, as always, guys, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. And I will see you guys next pick.